See, this is what I get for not having a trailer. YouTube is punishing me. They have now an option for people to start a trailer before the live stream gets going. And I don't want to subject you guys to that. Because I know a lot of people would find it annoying, like seeing a trailer going in the background. So I'm not doing shorts. I'm not doing trailer. I'm doing what my subscribers want, which is low quality, boomerish type of videos. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. We're going to be talking about Met Gala today. I should be talking about something else, but I guess I'll be talking about it on Archcast. Apparently, one of the Niji Sanji VTuber girls have graduated due to Hogwarts. Surprise, surprise. The people on Twitter, they take, and they take, and they take. But when are they going to give something back, huh? So, we'll talk about that. Her name is Zion. Probably will make a video on my channel. But I've been promising that I will be talking about Met Gala today, so I will. We will be roasting celebrities, yes. But as usual, you know, the first 30 minutes is me talking to the chat, waiting for more people to gather, and then we can discuss. Yesterday, there was another VTuber by the name of Tomball, friend of mine. She had the ambition of counting to 100,000. And I was like, no way. Like, this is not going to happen. Let's see what took place. So, this was the most interesting content that I have seen on the internet in a while. How many hours did this went for? 12 hours. 12 hours of her life. Look at this.
795, 1,796, 13,797, 13,798, 387, 16,388, 16,389, 16,309.
She sounds like she's dying towards the end.
18,617, 18,618.
I gotta say, she did count more. She could count more than the average VTuber. That's definitely a thing. It's a lot of numbers, chat. I remember, like, yesterday I was talking to people and I was like, all right, let's see what Tomball is doing. And I would just check in. 16,788, 16,789, 16,700. And I was like, all right. You know, like, I can't listen to this. This is not content. This is spam. So I'm tuning out, and then I'm, like, tuning back in. What is she doing? 19,452, 19,453. I'm like, fucking hell. 12 hours. Yes. It's a lot. She did rage quit. Yeah, but like, I don't think it was physically possible. Like, assuming a person counts 2 numbers a second, I think, like, it would still be more than 24 hours. What was she counting? She was counting the numbers up until she reached 100,000. And as we can see, she spent 11 hours doing this. No, sorry, my bad. 12 hours doing this. And she only reached 20,000. So I would assume like 24 hours would have been 40k. 48 hours would have been 80k. So it would have been like 60 hours or something. But like, take into account that at one point, the numbers, as they grow higher, you have to speak more. And also your body just starts giving up. Like, because of sleep and stuff. Like, you may say the same number twice. So it was an unrealistic goal. I don't think, like, anyone can count to 100,000 on a stream. I mean, maybe. But, like, you need a phenomenal level of willpower in order to accomplish that. Was she at least getting paid? I think she got $200, maybe $300 of super chats. But that's, I don't know. I mean, look, money is money. I do appreciate getting super chats and everything, but you have to ask, is like 12 hours of just counting worth $300? I mean, Mr. Beast did it? Get the fuck out. How high did Mr. Beast count? I did not know that Mr. Beast managed to do it. If it was one number per second, it would be over 27 hours. Yeah, you can't count one number per second, though. Because, like, at one point, you get really tired. You can barely speak. And you also get to the numbers where it's like 40,562. You know, like... No, I don't think, like, you can do it. So, it's probably at least 48 hours job. I think that was her toughest stream. Dude, like, I wouldn't be able to do it. But it's not only that. It's like, it's not content, it's spam. Like, if you're a person that has, like, 10,000 live viewers like Mr. Beast does, then maybe, because you're going to get a lot of super chats and stuff. But if you just have, like, 100 viewers, no, I would never do it. I mean, you know, kudos for her for doing it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just that it's not my cup of tea. Accountants do it all the time. I don't think no. Hold on. Like, accountants, first of all, they don't have to speak. Like, it's going in your head as you're counting the numbers. And secondly, there's the purpose to it. Just counting to 100,000 is so fucking demoralizing. Like, realizing just how up there the goal is. I don't know. Let's look at the Metropolitan Gala. You know what? Let's just read a little bit about it. I love The Guardian, of course. The Guardian, like, for some reason, whenever men do non-masculine things, they absolutely love it. Men put on the style at Met Gala. So, basically, they're saying that men managed to dominate the Met Gala. And I'm looking, did they, though? Did they? Is this dominating? Like, okay, let's put it this way. The only reason I used to dress up fancy is to either get clients, right? Like, you want to seal a business deal, or you want to impress the ladies. I don't think you can do either with this costume. Like, the man dressed as a furry to the Met Gala. Now, if you do not know what the Met Gala is, it's a charity, right? But not for the poor, it's for the rich. So it's the museum of costumes or something. And you have, like, some of the most pretentious, some of the most rich, some of the most moralizing, some of the most busybodies people on the planet Earth going there. And it looks like the Hunger Games. Like, honestly, it looks like rich people just throwing away their wealth for the entire world to see that they are so freaking rich. And the level of cringe is astonishing. Like, it's difficult to find as much cringe. And yeah, you know, like, here's the thing. It is a tax write-off. Like, a lot of people pointed out, well, it's, you know, like, the Met Gala thing.
Manscaped.
Shush. The Met Gala thing is a, event that's called a charity. So because of that, a lot of rich people can, have tax write-offs. But my question is, it's like, why not, god damn it, give to the poor, dude. Like, give to the homeless, give to the orphans, like find a charity that actually benefits someone. It's just, oh god, you know, people can do whatever they want with the money, but, like, I wouldn't call this a charity, right? Because, like, when do you get a tax write-off? You get a tax write-off because the idea is you're helping other people, right? So you're helping other people, and because of that, due to, like, Christian teachings, which the United States was founded on, you know, you're getting a tax write-off so that you're encouraged to help other people more. But what this is, it's not. It's like you're giving to, like, the most rich people on fucking earth. You're giving them money. Now, I know why people go there. It's because of networking. So, you know, if you're an actor, you go to that place. First of all, your name is important, right? So, like, if you dress like an idiot, then you get to be in the pictures. You get to be in the papers. And that's name recognition. That's brand recognition. But secondly, it's also to network with other actors and to manage to land gigs and stuff. But you're not a charitable person for doing this. It's not charity. It's business. You're doing business. And the lies, the freaking lies. Like last year, AOC went there with a tax-the-rich, very expensive dress, and she was like, I think it was like a $20,000 dress if I remember correctly. And she's like, oh well, a woman of color did this dress, and she's an immigrant. Yeah, it was a millionaire from Canada, and yeah, she was half black. But like, that was the marginalized person that AOC was supporting. And you know, like, this is a great money laundering opportunity as well, not just for the the people giving charity and stuff, but it's for the people making the suits, right? Like the designers. Like, I'm willing to bet, I have no clue how much this furry suit costed, but I'm willing to bet that this is the most expensive fursuit in the entire world. Like, hold on, let me see if I can actually find the price for it. I would not be shocked if this is over $10,000. So, Jared Leto costume price. I wonder if a furry can buy it from Amazon. Yeah, they don't really say how much it costs. I'm looking on the internet chat if you can find it. Like, if anyone can find how much the Jared Leto cat costume went for. I wouldn't be shocked if it's over 20 grand. Usually, fursuits are very expensive. A lot of people ask me, because I used to be a furry, they ask me, it's like, hey, V, did you ever wear a fursuit? And I'm like, well, I'm from Romania, dude. Like, do you honestly think I can afford one? Like, first of all, I found them cringe, even back when I was a furry. But secondly, even if I wanted to, they're incredibly expensive, and they're like an oven in there. Like, they're very hot. And finally, why would anyone dress like a mascot? It's like you're dressing like the I don't know, like the Mickey Mouse of Walt Disney. Like, why would you do that? You know, like, people are paid to minimum wage to do it, and it's very uncomfortable. Most charities use donations to host more events. I see. I did not know that, Urishima. They look hot. In what fucking world the fursuits look hot? They're hot inside, yes, especially if it's heat outside, and it makes you very stinky because you're sweating in that. But like, no, like, fursuits are not hot. Anyone that thinks differently, you're just flat out wrong. I'm jealous of the suit? No, man. Like, even if it was given to me for free, I would not wear that. I know you're joking and you're trying to get a rise, but honestly, not even in jest, you know, there was that expression, not even in jest. This is applied here perfectly. Oh my god. I remember internet historian videos on furries. They were hilarious. I see. Make VA furry again? Well, it's kind of difficult because now I'm into succubi, so they don't really count as furries. I mean, they have bat wings and they have little tails and stuff, but like, it's a completely different genre. It's a completely different thing. But anyway, right, so God, you know, like, this is, there used to be a name for this. I don't know if you can still say it on the internet. I think you should. Attention whoring, right? Like, well, that was a thing. I think, like, feminists took it away from us because it's like, oh, you shouldn't call a woman that. But it's not about the woman, because a man can do it as well, right? Like, what does attention whoring means? It's like demeaning yourself for attention, right? Like, you're doing something that is demeaning for yourself in order to get the spotlight. And this is how I would describe Met Gala to a T. Like, you have these people dressing up in the most ridiculous costumes imaginable, into stuff that you would see at Hunger Games being worn in the Capitol. Right? And it is demeaning, like, but like, no, in their culture, it's actually uplifting. Like, the more ridiculous the costume, the more outlandish, the more caricature of a person you become by wearing it, the better. I mean, like, let me show you something. Hold on. Let me Chotomate intensify. Look at this. Like, what is this? What is this? You know, this looks like a statue. I'm pretty sure they think it's artsy and stuff. And by the way, this person is only wearing underwear while dressed like this. But like, imagine going out on a date wearing this. And I'm not even going to ask, like, how much this costs. It's like, you're going to a party butt naked, basically. Why? Why are you doing this? Look at it. Look. I mean, Imagine if a woman comes to a date looking like this. You're like, oh, God. How do you even approach her? Like you gotta walk around like there's eggshells around you, because if you step on that dress, it's probably 50 grand, and well, I assume like the people there can pay for it, right? Because they're rich. But I would be afraid to walk next to her, because it's like if you make a wrong step, if you accidentally stepped on it and you hear like shh, not only are you going to see her ass, which is, you know, a problem in and of itself, but like you realize just how expensive that is. Anyway, right, let's look at a couple of others. There are some normal ones, you know. By the way, like normal ones would be I think like Elon Musk last year actually came in, and compared to everyone else, he looked normal. So there are people that look normal. Like for example, this couple, right? They look completely normal. They look like normal human beings. The only thing that I'm upset though is that this year we didn't have COVID measures, right? Like they weren't in place, because last year you saw like all the staff wearing masks, but none of the actors were wearing masks, right? Like it was like a symbol of status. And it was very interestingly explained, right? Like the explanation was given by the authorities, right? Because you're not wearing a mask to protect yourself, you're wearing a mask to protect others. Like that was the explanation, right? So you're wearing a mask to protect me, I'm wearing a mask to protect you. But when you looked at the actors and the journalists and the politicians, they weren't wearing masks, but the people around them were. So the message was clear, right? Like the people around them, the staff, the plebs, they were protecting the important people, while the important people didn't care about everyone else. It was a very powerful message that I loved. But more importantly, the argument of why the people around were wearing masks and the actors weren't is like the actors were screened. And I was like, oh, so the actors were screened. Well, why wasn't the staff screened then? Like, so like every single member of the staff was supposed to wear a mask, and I was like, well, then why couldn't they get screening? But anyway, right, so as I was mentioning, there were people that look normal. This is not okay. What is this? Like, what is it? How do you walk in the subway with this? Huh? Like, how do you get in the bus wearing this? Some of them look okay, though. Like, again, this year wasn't as bad as the previous one. Like, the previous one was just bizarre and bewildering. Look at this. It's like, you know, when you wear something like this, you don't get to look at me like this, right? Like, get rid of this shit, and then you can look at me like a tough guy. But if you're wearing this and you're looking at me like a tough guy, I'm just going to chuckle. Like, you're making me jiggle. You're making me jiggle. Like, seriously, I can't feel intimidated. Like it's like roll persuasion, but you get a -5. Right? Like, if you're going to use this look, this is like the look that you're trying to use to make ladies moist or to intimidate other men, right? It doesn't work on me, though. It doesn't work, I'm sorry, it just doesn't. So, let me see if I can find something a little bit more interesting. V, you wanted to wearing a mask to protect us? But there are no more measures in place. I can now dress however I want. Oh my fucking god, look at this. This is The Grudge. This is Juan the Grudge, isn't it? This is what it reminds me of. Like, if I see this in my room, I will scream. Unironically. The only thing that it needs to do is go like... Who is this? The thing is, it's like, it's not even the worst out of everything. Like you're an actor, you know, like, you want people to see your face. You want people to know who you are. I genuinely do not know what's underneath. This looks like a costume that resembles It from the Addams Family. I mean, this is acceptable, right? This is not bad. There's a woman underneath there? how? Well, these people are lucky that they don't have average lives. Like, can you imagine walking on the street like this, and then a car just gets its wheel in a puddle as it goes like next to you, huh? Even the gentleman is shocked. Like, what is this gentleman trying to say? It's like, can you move over here? But he's too afraid to approach her, I guess. Interesting. Omoshiroi. See, if you walk like this, you're going to look weird. But, like, considering what else I've seen up until now, this actually looks okay. This guy! Look at this guy! It's normal! It's fucking normal! Like this guy can definitely lecture me. Because if I get lectured by him, I'm like, oh yeah, well, it's at least, like, a person that I can relate to. Then again, you know, like, he's still overdressed, but given what else I've seen, I'm like, well, oh Dios mío. Oh Dios mío. I wonder how much these cost, though. What is this supposed to represent? This looks like the newspaper. It's like, if you want to read the newspapers, you look at this person and you're like, all right, okay, well, hold on a little bit. Let me read you up. Let me read you up. How long does it take to put this on as well? Oh, come on. Come on. Really? Man, the movie Cats actually managed to sell, and I didn't know. Like, what is this obsession with felines that a lot of actors are displaying here? You guys know there was a musical called Cats. If you don't know, look it up. I thought that managed to bomb, but apparently these actors, they're probably going like, no. Actually, we liked it. Maybe this is how it got approved, you know? Like, they talked with other actors at Hollywood, and they were like, hey, you know, like, this movie Cats, yeah, really good shit. Yeah, put it up. Why did you get the job? Are you against the sign? Lucius, why do you assume? How do you know my medical history? I don't have to show QR code anymore. You will never know if I got it or not. I'm the Schrodinger job. Maybe I got it, maybe I didn't. You will never know. I mean, hold on. Let me get some more interesting. Look at this one. This one is like, God. How do they move in these things? Like, the thing is, it's not even aesthetically pleasing. Like, some of them look weird, but at least they're aesthetically pleasing, and you're like, yeah, you know, I can see someone, you know, like, they wouldn't wear something like this on every occasion, but, like, they're trying to do something artsy. But, like, look at this, like, how do you move? How do you dance in this? How do you drink? Like, no, seriously, imagine this, right? Like, they have to sit down at some point and drink. I assume. I'm not even going to ask how she takes a piss. Like, you literally need to go into the bathroom and have another girl with a bucket to help you. I'm not kidding. Either that or you're doing, like, some really nice splits over the toilet wall. But like, how do you enjoy the party wearing this? It's not even that good looking. Actually, it's horrible. But anyway, right. Pretty sure I don't understand art, actually. Oh, look at it. So it comes off. Oh, I see. So like it has a detachable part, I guess. Naruhodo. But even then, it's like you're butt naked at a party. Like, this is not enjoyable. God, you know, like, trying to understand the lifestyle of these actors, it's very difficult. Like that idea of entertainment just bypasses anything. See, this is okay. Like, this is beautiful. I agree with this. There's nothing wrong with this. This is like 10 out of 10. Hell, this is 10 out of 10, like, even if you go to a normal event. Oh, I just noticed they did the transgender flag colors thing. Isn't it bad, though? Like, you're stepping on the flag. Like, shouldn't the flag be treated with respect? Like, if you're going to have a sexuality flag, at least treat it with respect. Lucius, I do know because you yourself said you didn't get poked on another. Lucius, why are you bringing up old stuff? Urishima Otaro, Cats in the top 10 longest running musicals. Yeah, but see, longest running musicals isn't necessarily a good thing. Like, for example, Tomball, she tried to count to 100,000 but only managed to count to 20. Right? So, like, her video is probably one of the longest, like 12 hours of counting, but that doesn't mean it's good content. Like, people told me, hey, like, Mr. Beast also counted to 100,000. Yeah, like, how many people are going to actually watch the entire video? It's a interesting test of willpower, and it's an interesting test of determination, but I would not be able to watch the entire countdown and maintain my sanity. But if you want to trigger Tomo, all you have to do is like, hey, Tomo. She's like, what's up? 9,452, 904,053, and you're going to see how she gets PTSD from it. Like, literally. I'm not kidding. Like, go to Tomo, tell her that, and go... Anyway, right, so... probably going to get that for a couple more months. I wonder if Mr. Beast has the same thing, you go to Mr. Beast. Well, actually, Mr. Beast, does he do his grocery shopping? He does grocery shopping and someone counts the money, like, 700, 504, 700, 505, like, you see Mr. Beast there. Right. This one looks alright. It's almost like you're trying to look bad. Like, I think, like, this is how they dress. It's like, what the... like, me going with sandals and wearing socks on fucking purpose, just to trigger people. Like, if you're wearing a trench coat, and you're wearing a shirt and tie, you're supposed to have long pants. You don't, right? And you're not supposed to have jack boots, or whatever they're called. But, like, they're purposefully mismatching it. It's like... singing a song out of tune and calling it art, and everyone claps. It's kind of like that, isn't it? You're going to an orchestra and you're purposefully, like, it's designed so that you're singing out of tune. That like there are some standards in every art form that are objective. Like, for example, coloring. You shouldn't color outside the lines. Like, you don't do that, right? When you sing, you're not supposed to sing out of tune. You don't know, right? So it's like, it's the same with style. Like, you're not supposed to wear a trench coat, a shirt, and then wear shorts. Like, no. It just doesn't happen. But they're doing it anyway, because they know it looks bad. And I think, like, the whole idea is to look bad and then mock the people that point it out. This is the Emperor Has No Clothes on steroids. Like, you're dressing purposefully in order to upset the retina, I guess. And when people point it out, you're like, well, you don't know anything about that. Midwest Finest, here's $1,999. No, it's not. It's $1.99. You almost gave me $2. Longest as the number of times the musical was performed. Really? For whom? Who goes to watch Cats? Anime shirt, sweatpants, sand. No, like, imagine going with sandals and socks. Like, I think sandals and socks, like, for some reason. I can't imagine why. Give me a second. My bad. Sandals and socks has the potential of triggering people more than everything else. Like, if I walk like this outside, it will trigger less people than if I just walk with sandals and socks. And I do not know why. Like, for example, I'm in my house, right? And I have socks. And then I want to go out really quick. I want to take the trash out or something. So I just put the sandals. Like, I don't have time to, like, remove the sandals. Sorry, to remove the socks. No, I just walk out. My fucking God, the look on my neighbors. They're like astonished. They're shocked. It's like, how is this happening? It's like, I guess, like, this is what LGBT people must have felt 10 years ago when coming out. Like the same looks, the same vibe. It's like... No. Like not just sandals and socks. No, you're like normally dressed, right? You're normally dressed. Maybe you have shorts on. But like you're in your house, you have socks. And then as you're going outside, you want to just do something fast, so you put some sandals on. No, not in my underwear. God, no. Dude, let me show you. Oh, look, they actually did it at a fashion gala. Of course they did. I'm talking about this, right? So, like, all of these ladies, they're properly dressed. There's nothing wrong. But they're having, like, sandals and socks. And if I go out like this, at least in my country, like, I don't know how it's like over there, but people pretend... It's not like... They're not looking like at you as if you're naked or something, but they look at you as you're the most... Like, if the aliens have landed and you're one of them, that's how they look at you. It's like the most bizarre thing that I have noticed. Man of Culture, thank you for the $9.99. As bad as fashion is now, let's not forget that at some point, it was a fashion to shave your head, put in a wig made from horsehair with chalk in it. Also, Cats is a good musical. I saw it twice. See, after you give me $10, I do not wish to contradict you, but I think you need to see more musicals. I just, you know, I wish I could suggest you some, you know, like the one with Expialidocious, you know, like maybe that one, The Sound of Music, they call it. Like, you know, there's other musicals is what I'm saying. There must be. If you think that Cats is good, all I'm saying is that you need to broaden your... I'm not disagreeing because you gave me $10, right? But at the same time, I'm saying maybe you should broaden your horizons just a little bit. Not a lot, a little bit. But yeah, if you want to see interesting fashion, did you look at the Weimar Republic? The Weimar Republic also had interesting fashion. Let me see if I can... It looks like they're competing with California. Like, it's very difficult. The art as well. Let me show you some art from Weimar. So this is actually a historical painting. I don't know what's happening here, though. Like, this doesn't look very progressive. But look at the faces. This is the smartphone of the era, by the way. Like, this is what people used to communicate at the time. You know, like, you see the strong German fist? I love the women as well. Like, this woman. Hold on. Let me show you some actual interesting things from the Weimar Republic. It's very difficult to tell. Oh my god. This is beautiful. What do you think, chat? I think it looks progressive. I think it looks very progressive. You know, it's actually interesting. Back then, taking a picture was actually a huge event. Like, it wasn't like now, you know, like you take out the smartphone. No. So, like, first of all, it was expensive, right? Like, usually rich people could afford it. And it was very rare that someone would take a photo. Like, you needed an actual trained photographer that knows what he's doing. And it was like, everyone, all right, like, stop what you're doing. Look at the photographer. And it was like an actual cultural thing. There are no standards in art anymore since postmodernism. You can take a dump on a canvas and call it a work of art, or you can put a banana on a wall and call it that's worth $40,000. There are musicals about chess and Oklahoma, but I bet they're actually better than cats. So this one is cute as fuck. The girl on the right is hot. Okay, hold on. I want to show you some of the more interesting ones because we haven't scratched the surface yet. Oh. Here we go. There are a couple that I cannot show, but I think this one is fine. Huh? Is this not one really great? I think it's great. And I love this one, like holding beer. Do you think it's Bud Light? I think she's holding Bud Light. I don't know if Bud Light was available at the time, but I'm pretty sure that this is what she's drinking. This is the reality that I have in my head right now. That art is for money laundering? Probably. I mean, look at this. Another beautiful one. Oh, okay. Now I understand how the arm is being held. Because I was like, why is this person so skinny? But now I'm like, okay, so it's like an optical illusion. But hold on, there's even more interesting. This is my favorite, actually. I don't know what it represents, but I'm pretty sure it represents something. This is this like the 20-yard stare that I keep hearing about? Like people from World War I got and PTSD and stuff? Because if that's the case, it looks like this person is having it. That's Hollywood, not Weimar. Dude, I googled Weimar, okay? If it's Hollywood, I don't fucking care. Blame Google. This is Weimar, alright? Like, this, like, you cannot convince me that this is not Weimar. If you're a historian and you're coming up to me and you're saying you're not Weimar, I will say, where did you get your history degree? This is Weimar 100%. 100% Weimar. How did they manage to get a colored picture, though? I think, like, the picture was black and white, but they colored it later on. But, yeah. This is what the Nazis took from us, chat. This is what they removed from history. Imagine how much we would have progressed if it wasn't for the Nazi party. Like, we would have been in a completely different age of art. But unfortunately, you know, art had to stagnate because of them, and now we're back where it was. So we're going to see in the future how it looks like. They used to colorize pictures. I think they did that with World War II as well. That's from Cabaret. Yeah, it is. 2040 is going to be interesting. Oh my fucking god. I'm a little bit shocked because every single year is getting more and more interesting. So I don't want to know if I know what 2040 is like. So we had like what? 2020 was the pandemic, right? No, sorry. 2020 was the riots, right? 2021 was the pandemic. 2022 was the war in Ukraine. 2023 it's getting a little bit like there are potentials of becoming interesting. We have China and Taiwan. We have American banks collapsing. We got the digital currency coming up. Like there's many potentials of this year being very interesting. So I don't know how next year is going to be. I'm not going to wish people have a good year. I'm going to wish them good luck. But if this trend keeps going, if every year becomes more interesting than the previous one, I'm really skeptical about 2040. Like, I don't want to know. Like if someone actually came up to me and it's like, hey V, do you want to know the future? It's like, sure, you're going to tell me what tomorrow happens? No, I'm going to tell you what's in 2040. No thanks, no. But like you're going to, no, I know, and don't give me spoilers. Just no spoilers, please. This is the year of the AI. I mean, I guess, but like the AI isn't necessarily something that I would call interesting. At least not yet, right? Like it's not widespread. But look, like the thing is, as long as stuff is being produced, universal basic income can actually become a possibility, right? So something that I didn't talk about, but like there is the potential of socialism existing, and it would only be if robots do the shit that humans did, right? So slavery, basically. But like if robots do it, then it's not really slavery, so it's fine. And the way it works is that the problem with people not working, the problem with unemployment is that you do not have things being manufactured, right? So like price is the meeting of supply and demand. So when these two things meet, you have a price. Now, you have inflation usually when there's money in the system, so the demand goes up, but the supply is the same, so the prices go. But like, if people would stay home, right, but there's like still someone that's producing stuff, then the prices would be very low. So the government could actually give universal basic income to people, and it would not be harmful. But take into account that just because you have AI that is taking away your place of work doesn't necessarily mean that you do not have the opportunity to create things using the same AI that exists. So for example, let's say you're not an artist, you do not know how to draw, but you're a very talented individual. Well, now with AI you can create your own comic book. So now you have like AI on your computer, you get it to draw, and you add the text bubbles, and you're making like a really nice comic book, and now you can sell it to people, right? So just because like you're stuck at home and you're not able to do your daily job, that doesn't mean that you can't think of something else. Like for example, Arch brought up the idea that AI could replace content creators like ourselves. And technically they could, right? Like if you have a VTuber that's fully AI generated and is able to interact with chat, is able to know all your names, is able to know when's the last time you donated, is able to stream 24 hours. It's very difficult to compete with that as a human being. However, I could use an AI like that as a co-host. So like if everyone has one, I could mod my AI to be the very ushikushi sakubasu, and then I can use that AI to talk to chat. Like, chat brings something up, and I'll be like, oh, Sakubasu, tell me about the coronation of the queen. What happened today? And she would, like, talk and make a joke and stuff. So, you don't have to be replaced. Like, you can use the new tools. You can use the artificial AI in order to figure out new businesses, you can be an entrepreneur is what I'm trying to say. Amnesty International has used AI ads of some imaginary girl getting arrested. Man, I think that Media Matters, the videos that they released of Tucker Carlson, I am pretty sure that those are deep fakes. Like, I can't prove it, but I'm 80% sure that the Media Matters videos of Tucker Carlson are deep fakes. So let me see those videos. Apparently Fox News filed a cease and desist letter over these leaked videos. Which again, they may be true. But the thing is, like, Tucker Carlson is a massive person, as numbers go, right? Like, he's a massive figure. Let me see if I can find them, because now it's with the cease and desist letter, so maybe they actually complied. But like, the thing is, Tucker Carlson has huge numbers, right? So if Media Matters releases, let's say, videos that Tucker Carlson didn't do, if he actually talks about it, he gets attention to those videos. So basically, it's what a lot of YouTubers do if they want to grow. Like, let's say I'm a small content creator and I want to grow on the platform. I start shit with a bigger content creator. I say stuff about him that's not true. And then the bigger content creator has to address the accusations. And by addressing the accusations, he directs his viewers towards my channel. And this is what Media Matters could actually do. They could have given these videos about Tucker Carlson in the hopes that... oh, hold on. I think I have them on my channel, actually. But even now, it's like, oh, they send cease and desist to... Nah, good luck. I mean, it's out there already. It's already in the news. This is like something that I find fishy. Like, why would they send cease and desist letters when it's already in the news? Right? Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. I mean, The Guardian wrote about it. The New York Times wrote about it. YouTubers made video about it. Right, so, first of all, it's the low resolution. That's the problem, right? Like, why is Fox News filming with a potato camera? Like, does that make any sense? Right, like, I'm not saying it's not possible, but it's very fucking weird. And then when you look at the lips...
When I came to New York a couple of weeks ago, I couldn't believe how welcoming and friendly everybody was. It was fantastic. I loved it.
Yeah, they really mean it from the...
Right? Like, there is just something unnatural in the speech. Like people don't move their lips like this when they talk.
It's cool. It's cool to see it. I like that. It's a good... You know, people are nice.
So, I can't prove it, obviously. But, like, Media Matters has lied in the past. And not only that, it's like, they're not a source of truth or authority. Like, they're coming with an evidence that I'm going like, yeah, I don't fucking believe it. Can I do that? Am I allowed to do that? Like, if someone shows me something and I'm like, yeah, no, this looks shit. Robot slaves, you want Skynet? Because that's how you get Skynet. I don't think it works like that, though. Because, like, a robot is programmed for something. Like, if you're literally programmed with the idea of pleasing humans, like, you get dopamine. You know, the robot equivalent of dopamine when you please a human being. Like, you'd actually be happy being a slave at that point. It's kind of like humans are programmed, you know, like most animals on Earth. Like, we desire to reproduce. And you find, like, a really hot woman that's really nice, and you're willing to put up with her shit just because she's hot. Because, like, your brain is releasing dopamine when you're in her presence. What did he put in his mouth? Yeah, he put chewing gum. No, I mean, look, maybe it's possible. I'm not saying, but there's just so many oddities about that I generally don't understand. Like, number one, why is the resolution so fucking low? Right? Like, it looks fake to me. Like, very low resolution on Fox News. Like, I would understand if this was 20 or 30 years ago. But it's on Fox News. And then it's the way the lips move. Like, if you watch a lot of deepfakes videos, you're going to notice that the movement of the lips is not very fluid. Like, the technology is not yet there. So this is why I don't believe it. And by the way, low resolution is a lot more easy to fake than high resolution. So take that as you will. It's also the thing with Amber Heard. Apparently, she took another shit in Spain. And there's video evidence of her. But, like, the video evidence is very pixelated. It's like a pixelated camera. So it's the same thing. I mean, it's possible that she did it, but, like, unless I see a police report with her name on it, I'm going to say that no, she didn't. She did not produce the juice. Probably that's how somebody archived it. Again, I'm not saying that it's 100% impossible. Like, I'm pretty sure that Fox News may have, like, footage that looks like it's 720p in 2023. Right, like the multi-billion-dollar organization, Fox News, just doesn't have the servers to upload things, at least in 180 or 2K. Like they're archiving things in 720. All right, fine. But, like, it just doesn't add together, man. And it's but even then, like, assuming that those videos are true, like, nothing that Tucker Carlson said is illegal or even, like, outrageous. I wouldn't even call it outrageous. We don't need robots to think. We just need robots to know how to do the work. Well, obviously, like, it depends on what robot you have. Like, I don't think all robots are going to have, like, ChatGPT in their head. Like, you're going to have robots that need to carry luggage, and they're just going to be programmed to carry luggage, right? Like, you're not going to have robots that are able to compose the new sonata while carrying your luggage. But I'll tell you something worse about robots, right? Like, if you really want to be like, oh, the AI shit. You know, all these people that talk about safe AI, this is one of the things they don't talk about, and this is really fucking creepy. So there's new robot toys. Let me see if I can find it. Right, there's these robot toys. I think it's like $1,000 now. They look really cute though, right? Let me see if I can find a video with one so you can see what it actually does. Right. Here we go. So,
And he knows not to fall.
right, it's kind of like a pet. It doesn't fall out. Look at it.
His friendly face has a camera, and is also the window to the world. Emo can intuitively recognize you during interaction. Emo has a 4-microphone array to listen to your greetings, questions, and all the sounds around it. And he can recognize where the sound comes from.
Take a photo.
Emo moves gracefully around on the desktop. His sensors help him avoid obstacles, and he knows not to fall off the table edge. We have designed games and dances for Emo.
Right, so this is probably going to be the new type of toys that are going to come in 5 years. Like, everyone is going to have one on their house and shit. Do you want to know, like, what was the biggest problem with AI safety? You get another camera into your fucking house. That's what you get. You get another camera that's probably going to be linked to the company into your house, probably with a smartphone as well. Sorry, not a smartphone, with a microphone as well. Like, the communists were figuring out, like, how can we get microphones and cameras into this person's house? And apparently, America has figured it out. It's like, you just get the people to buy them. So it is, I mean, look, I'm not saying that every toy like this is going to have the potential of spying on you. But the capability are there. Like, you have a camera, right? And it's got a software, so it's going to be updating. Why would I want that in my house? Like, unless I know it's offline only and it doesn't transmit any data to a third party, I'm not buying that shit. But I'm willing to bet that they're going to say, no, it needs to be like smart toy and you need to update the software. So like, or we're collecting information to make our future products better and stuff. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Same with Alexa, yes. But like, it's going to, like, I don't think Alexa has a camera, right? So not yet. But we have seen what happened with Tesla. Like, Tesla is actually in a scandal. Because they were initially saying that, yeah, sure, like, gathering data from people is only done to improve our AI so that they can understand how to properly navigate the streets and self-drive and stuff. And everything is anonymous. But the problem was that while it was anonymous, there were, like, the cameras in the car that could actually see your face. And then there were, like, the street signs around your car, so like people could figure out where you are just by looking at, you know, like if you have 4chan figuring out where the "He Will Not Divide Us" flag is based on the airplane patterns. Surely you could have someone that figures out where you are by driving your car on the road. So there were people working at Tesla sharing the videos that were supposed to be anonymous, right? Like, very unprofessional. And they got fired over it, some of them. But, like, you know, they were like, laughing when a kid on a bicycle got hit by a Tesla and it was, like, flying over and stuff. And it's like, that's not a good look. It's not a good look, right? So, take into account that Tesla is probably not even the more invasive corporation out there. But all the people that are making themselves, like, smart houses using Google Tech and all that shit, NASA has already built a backdoor into the emo bot. I don't even think like the problem isn't the corporations themselves, right? Is that, as we've seen with Twitter, like they are willing to work hand in hand with the government. So the government doesn't need to do shit. They just go to the corporation and go like, okay, give us your data. Look at this one. I think the police uses this one as well. I wonder, like, how much battery does it have? Like, imagine like you're walking up with it, and then it runs out of battery, so you have to carry it home. 70 kilometers an hour is actually quite impressive, though. Yeah, I don't think that if it falls from that height, is that going to get damaged? I actually would like one of them because I wouldn't mind having one of these because it doesn't shit on the carpet. But I do see a future where people have these things instead of guard dogs, though. The police, well, the military as well. Like, I've seen one with a sniper rifle on it. But the most common use for it is for them to go boom. So, like, the police had a couple of them with explosive devices. And they apparently, like, if you have, like, a hostage situation or something like that. There's actually controversy over this because, like, police is supposed to arrest people, not blow them up. So, you know, depending on which side of the conversation you fall on that. It was like in Black Mirror, an episode with a spider dog, which was very dangerous. Gotta love how they call it Coli Corporation instead of force or coerce. Ah, I see. Marbles are their arch enemy? No, I think they can actually work on marbles as well. Like, they have a detector and they detect anything that's an obstacle, right? Because if you're going to walk with it on the street, it's going to actually have to detect pebbles and stuff. But even then, 4 legs, it's very difficult to trip. Buy one V? Dude, do you know how fucking expensive they must be? I think they're at least $5,000. Holy shit, like buying one? No. Yeah, it's can they open doors? They actually can. Can it detect glass? Yes. Buy it, yeah. The thing is, like, I wouldn't even have what to do with it. Like, if I had kids, I would probably buy one. But there's, like, no reason to get it. I just do not. Oh, $80,000. Oh, yeah, great. Fucking hell. This is, like, a lot more expensive than a car. But to be honest, you know, as time moves on, like, it's going to get cheaper, and eventually it's going to be affordable. And I'm definitely sure that everyone is going to have one. Yeah, get the spyware in your house. Yeah, sure. You know what? I will buy one if you guys donate. How about that? You know, you give me 80 grand, I'll buy one. Apparently that's how much it costs. I want to see what happens when a human sprints and suddenly stops. What? Inner shock kicks in. Definitely have the hackable metal machine near your children. Dude, like, there are people with pit bulls next to kids. I'm pretty sure that this is safer than a pit bull. Like, the moment this thing bites a child, I would change my mind and I'll be like, holy shit. We need to ban this. But I don't think that's the case. Can it stop the RPG? I don't think, like, it's cost effective to fire an RPG into one of these. But even if it would be cost effective, like, the whole thing is, like, they're very small, right? Like, this is why the military uses them, right? Because they're laying low, so they're very small and difficult to see from a distance, especially if there's foliage or stuff like that. So how the metal doggo will react when following a sprinting human? I'm pretty sure, like, the manufacturers took into consideration that type of thing. Like, if the human is running, if the human suddenly stops, if the human takes a U-turn, so on and so forth. Like, it must have, like, some safety mechanism so that it doesn't just crash. Can stop javelin? I think it may. You know, like, I don't know how a javelin operates, but I think it can have, like, lasers and stuff. But again, like, no one is going to fire an RPG into this thing. You can use a bullet to take it out. RPG is more than 80k? Yes, isn't it? Like, I felt like a javelin is 100,000. I may be wrong, but I felt like every time like they fire a javelin is 100,000 worth of dollars. I'll have to look again. Like Arch will probably know. I'll have to ask him. It looks like there are different models that range in price, but 5k seem to be the average. Dude, like I would rather just get a vacuum cleaner, a Roomba, for that money. Jesus, $5,000. Holy shit. That's a lot of succubi for my video game. Can it be used as an APS for a tank? It will detect a missile and jump on it. That would be so fucking cool. I wouldn't be surprised like if it has some of those capabilities. Because again, like I know the military is using these dogs. Obviously, a different model for the military, but still. Anyway, I have to go now because I have to prepare for Arch. I need to pucker up my lips and go to the Archcast. So, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for... Oh, apparently... Javelin is around 80k and an RPG 7 around $200. Alright. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the donations. And I'll see you all on the Archcast. Take care.